Portugal has already punched their ticket into the round of 16. South Korea needs a win to at least have a chance to get in here. Tell me we're going Cristiano Ronaldo anytime scorer again.
I'm not, just because of lineups. Obviously these markets are crazy. We know Portugal has seen themselves through to the next stage, so if they don't want to risk Cristiano Ronaldo, I get it. Again, very similar to what we've seen. I like Kylian Mbappe, for example, and like I was saying with like a Dembele or a Griezmann, they're not going to play a full 90 minutes. They might feature, but again, if you know someone isn't going to be playing a full match, that's riskier to place that kind of bet. And again, I think last I checked, it was like plus 125 for Ronaldo, so that's still pretty decent. But for me, again, the scenarios are what matter here. If a team just needed a draw in this situation, like Korea, they need a win. It's going to be a lot more open because they're going to keep on pushing and pushing and pushing. And again, the reserves and depths of Portugal are still fantastic. Rafael Leao is one of the best players in Italy, and he's capable of scoring and creating chances. We saw that in the first match. That was the difference against Ghana. So it's not like goals will be lacking. There's plenty of talent there. Again, lineup dependent. You have to check this stuff because you have no idea what Fernando Santos is going to do. And again, I think it's pretty important with no Nuno Mendes for the rest of the tournament for Portugal. Does Cancelo go over to the left? Is it Rafael Guerreiro? Is it Dalot on the right? I think there's so many interchangeable parts fullback wise that I think if Cancelo were to go on the left side, I think he's way better there like he is for Manchester City. And if he starts and he can combine up with João Felix or Rafael Leao, that could be really deadly and potent. And again, Korea, they've shown they can create chances and score. So it's not outlandish. We've seen Portugal concede. I think Uruguay was just really, really bad at scoring. So I think they could have been scored on. But I like over 2.5 in this one. And both teams to score as well was another one I saw.
Yeah, both teams to score is my bet for this one. And again, if it's not always going to hit, but in my eyes, if this is kind of same vibes as France and Tunisia at a point. Again, not the same thing, but you have one team who's already punched their ticket and is the better team in Portugal here, and then you have a team like South Korea who has shown some promise. Tunisia has been significantly better than South Korea has in this tournament, but if you like South Korea to score first or them to win the match, if you want to throw some money on the money line, it's not the worst thing. I think if I had to go with either of those, it'd be for them to score first, but I'm probably just going to play it a little safer and just go for both teams to score here. So who do you think's advancing out of this group here?
Oh man, I need Uruguay for this $30 group parlay. So I need Brazil to win their group. I need Uruguay to qualify. I already have the Netherlands winning. So please Uruguay, Luis Suarez, make them eat their words about calling you the devil himself, please. I'm just going on Uruguay just because I need them to win the bet. I would not be shocked if Ghana go through. I do have them on a risk-free play that's plus 100. Just to qualify, by the way. So also like looking at those live qualifying odds, those are always a live thing that you could look at. It's just not the game itself. It's who's to qualify. So you saw yesterday, again, for example, just to bring this up, when we saw Poland and Mexico, Poland was actually the underdog at one point to qualify for the next round, even though Mexico was in advance like that. It's little things like that you could take advantage of. So just keep your eyes out open for that. But I do think it's one of the teams from Ghana and Uruguay. I know that's not overly complicated or great analysis, but I do think it's one of those two.
It's analysis nonetheless, and you'll take it. Again, those live bets on who to qualify, again, are the big ones. And you talk about needing Uruguay. For the sake of my World Cup fantasy team that is a company competition to not make a fool of myself, I need Darwin Nunez to do literally anything.